right, so let's start open the meeting officially, the April 14th Conservation Commission meeting. It was 5:05, chit-chatting about little other things. Let's go around the room, roll call.
Peter DeLisa.
Chris Picklow.
Deb Mapes.
Lori Pavlos.
Joe Russo.
Krista May.
The minutes from last month, I did not print them all. Do you want a copy?
Yeah, right here.
No, I did peruse them. That's good.
Here, I gave her mine. Kristen.
Oh, okay. Anybody have any corrections? Edits?
I found one and I can't remember when I read it. It was like 3 weeks ago or something.
Oh,
It was just a typo kind of thing, like where a word was missing one letter.
oh.
Yeah, that was it. That was it.
Lit up for not putting it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, somebody reads it and finds it later.
not a big deal.
Forgot about everything we talked about. Well, if there's,
Put a lot in, didn't we?
I know we did. We did go over. We did go over.
Oh, yeah.
We
Yeah,
went
that's
into
right.
Okay.
So, all right, well, do I have a motion to accept the minutes from March 10th? Joe, I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstained? All right, so moved. Minutes approved.
Do we have a quorum? Enough people?
Yeah, we've got 5.
All right.
Correspondence and announcements. I don't have anything. Sometimes Lynette has some stuff, but
Did anything come of the thing that Carolyn Miles spoke to us about at the last meeting?
so Lynette did say that it is, nothing has really changed, and that is that it's supposed to go, the whole application is supposed to go to the, I'm not gonna, it's the Army Corps of Engineers, ACOE, and that's the last thing pending.
That's interesting.
I know that, I think a couple people reached out to me that I think, Carl did also not get that letter. Like, I don't know,
Nobody did.
nobody got the letter, so.
Wow.
Well, they appealed, she wrote, she put articles, as you know, in
Yeah.
the Harbor News. And then I forgot other magazines, but she's been,
Yeah.
and they all sent letters to the governor.
Yeah.
And
And I
The
did
petition,
actually, too.
remember, because that
Oh,
I,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
petition,
Yeah.
right? So they may, still have to take it up again if it wasn't followed correctly.
Yeah, it depends on. Yeah, no, I went ahead.
It's unnerving that something like that can get.
Oh,
yeah.
What are we about? If we're gonna be aware? Yeah. How did she find out about
And somebody that lives over there.
Yeah.
And the neighbor,
Kind of got notified and I guess knew of her through me. I don't know
because
if it
they
was
wanted to
through
right
me.
away, that's how they found out on their property.
Oh, I see. So
And
that's.
that brought to their.
That's-
So it was really just
Wow.
serendipitous in a way.
Right.
That whoever that was knew of Carolyn and then.
Well, because they had a lawyer out of town, the organization's out of state, so
Yeah.
everything was away from
Yeah.
there. And they knew they just had to get through the siting committee at the state to get it through. There was nothing, because that overrules everything else. But they.
Yeah. There's some legislation or something to the effect of somehow having the citing committee be much more accountable to
Well,
like.
Carney's put in
Yeah.
that they need to have municipality representation.
Yeah.
Because it isn't,
Yeah.
there's no town representation.
And that's not, that's
No.
not.
So you get your people and you can get anything passed. All right.
Yeah, so that's, we'll
Thank
see.
you for
Yeah, no,
bringing me
thank
up
you.
to
Yeah, I
speed
wasn't-
on that.
Yeah, I guess
I
that kind
didn't
of
know.
falls under, because the only thing I'll mention too is that since Carolyn came to the ad hoc reserve committee and just too, and again, they're all about preserve, not that people weren't concerned, and they
Mhm.
were. And she said, well, just letting you know, and
Yeah,
they said, what do
well.
you need? She said, yeah, certainly right by the
Mhm.
All right, let's go through the committee reports then. Peter, inland wetlands.
Yeah, we hadn't, our meeting is, this week. And since the last time we met, I believe, but there was only one issue before the, inland wetlands. And it was, the, continuation of, the site where we were appalled initially behind, Mystic Market.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's now applied for a much larger building, and that's why it's all back on the table again. It was gonna be, I don't know, like 1,200 square feet originally, and now it's almost 8,000 square feet.
Whoa,
Yeah, yeah.
that's a little bit bigger,
Yeah.
like 7
Yeah.
times.
8,000, wow.
For what? For business?
It's going to be units for leases to rent.
Business.
If you're a small business and you need a storage area, you can also do work there, but you can't have ongoing business happening. So if, you know, I don't know, if you have something where you want to go in there and make something, you can, but you can't have customers
an
coming in.
office.
Yeah, office kind of thing, or I could have a lathe in there and I could be turning wood.
For manufacturing.
Yeah,
That's-
and it's for multi-use, whatever.
Wow.
It's gonna have, I think, 6 units. Yeah,
Okay.
And this is Atlas,
yeah,
the people that
Yeah.
sell the shed?
yeah.
Okay, they're diversifying what they do here. Right? I thought they just sold sheds.
I don't think they do.
No, he
Yeah.
builds.
He does all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, he,
So this is a little diversified, I would say, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is putting up, yeah, a building, which is typical of him, but
But yeah.
its use is different.
Mhm.
where's the demand for that?
Yeah.
Seems
Something-
like there are vacant buildings around.
Yeah.
Or,
Mhm. Mhm.
That's a good question.
I'm just trying to think what small business around here would need.
It was a resident was at the meeting who lives adjacent to that, and she was concerned about noise level. And, you know, could they have machinery that's gonna,
be going all the time.
Time.
and,
Right.
you know, inland wetlands didn't have anything to do with that, but she was guided towards other agencies in town as far as,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So is the proposed lot in the same area?
Yes.
Around Mystic Market?
Yeah.
Where they took them?
It's the same location, except, you know,
Bigger.
6 times the size of the original.
To end up taking up almost all of that space.
It's completely from one side to the other with enough room to drive around it.
So strange. It doesn't make sense. I could see an incubator or something where you have a series of offices. where
Yeah, yeah.
Little business start, but manufacturing on a
Well,
small.
I'm just saying it unspecified uses, you know,
Yeah, but
yeah.
I suppose
they-
it's not
they
gonna have
can't-
a lot of windows. It's gonna be like.
They don't have, I don't think they have, for drainage and stuff, like they can't do something where oil's gonna be, a byproduct. You know, runoff
Oh,
kind of,
right.
that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they're,
Relatively clean kinds of things.
have they come to the inland wetlands or they're about to? come?
No, they came already,
Oh, and you told
2
them.
times.
Oh, turn them down.
Well, we didn't vote yet because there were questions unanswered.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you might have.
It's always.
Yes, yeah.
All right. Okay.
Oh, boy.
I see it's the first and only thing, other than one piece of new business on the agenda for Thursday night.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right.
Yeah, it's right here. 7,992 square foot building, driveway, parking area, roof water infiltration system, wastewater system, utility service construction, and paving improvements that will move into the 100-foot upland review area, which makes it that much more of an issue.
For sure.
Because that's a buffer zone that's not supposed to be built in. And they need something like 10 feet out of it in order to have backdoor egress out of the structure.
Mm.
Okay, doke. Alrighty.
Well, good luck.
Bigger and better, huh?
Tuesday night, I don't know. I have something. Be interested to go.
Is there any news on Whole Foods? Whole Foods?
Yeah, at our meeting at the coalition, just ironically, right at the start, Whole Foods called the guy that was our contact. And he said, it's still on the table, but they're at their headquarters, they still gotta go through all the steps. You know, they've been very frustrated for obvious reasons, you know, because they wanted something bigger. Now it's a much more scaled down, called neighborhood Whole Foods or something.
Right.
But there's still, the problem there is parking and basically the sewage, you know,
Oh, right.
the septic system, yeah. They bought additional properties like people's properties to do a septic, but because of the watershed, they're right at the key point where the watershed starts to go down the chunk. So they got a lot of hurdles.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But the thing with those national, they'll get frustrated and they'll go.
yeah, they'll go somewhere else, they're not
Yeah,
gonna
they
go
don't
crazy.
waste their time after.
Yeah.
But they like the location, obviously.
Yeah, well, they've hung in there for a number of years.
Well, because of the
Right.
highway there, it's perfect,
Right,
because
right.
people just jump off and they go there, so they want to.
I guess Whole Foods is not built in a town that lacks sewer system. This was the first time that they've run into the issue of not having public sewers.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah, because I guess when you think about their use, like.
Glastonbury, places like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like I'm thinking one down.
Yeah.
but you know that across the street, down the road, I don't know if you're familiar with that drive there where the gas station is and the little mall where Mindy K's is.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Right across the street, they're gonna be developing that.
Yes, I know.
Oh, yeah, what are they putting in
They have a
there?
whole bunch of things like
Yeah.
Oh.
Dunkin' Donuts, I mean, a
Yeah,
whole
it's,
bunch.
yeah,
Yeah,
of
I've been
kind of
thinking-
chain,
All
Yeah.
change, yeah, they're gonna put
bumped
it.
into,
And that goes way back. I mean,
Yeah.
there's space back there.
Right.
so how can they be doing all of that over there on the other side of the street? And Whole Foods has trouble on,
Well, I think the flow is different.
Yeah.
The
is that right?
watershed
Yeah,
is
yeah.
different up there.
yeah, I
Plus,
the things since.
plus they have the
They're already
space to
doing
do
it.
the septic. you
Yeah.
know. But, you know, they're in the very early stages.
Yeah.
The guy bought all that land up
Mhm.
and put it together. But we get, you know, off and on reports, but I know there'll be a lot of news coming this year, what they're gonna be doing, but there'll be change there.
So wait, is this the land in front of Big Y or on the
No,
other
on the
side?
other side,
Kind of
on Route 1.
on Route
Route
1,
1,
where
yeah.
you go on the,
Across from Mindy K's.
yeah, you can't miss it really.
You know, Dunkin' Donuts is on the corner,
Yeah,
right? It's
Yeah.
back up from that down the post road.
okay.
Like,
Yeah, you can't miss it, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
grass. and
I'll drive and
They're
see it.
They knocked down, there used to be a couple structures, they knocked them
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, the back way into Whole Foods.
Oh,
which
Big-
was the thing, Big
right.
Y.
Yeah,
yeah,
It's a part of that property,
oh, okay, all
You're
right.
right,
and the entry to Big Y is gonna change and be earlier
that's
and
right.
add an additional stoplight.
Mm.
It's gonna be very busy spot,
I know.
Yeah.
very busy.
I mean, I go there all the time to go to the other one.
Mhm.
It's early in the morning,
I
so
know,
maybe
I know.
I
Yeah.
miss all of
Well, they
that.
have
same
the
thing.
construction.
But yeah,
There's
traffic
a
can
lot of
already get
delays
backed up
right
there.
now.
Yeah, it's
like
absolutely,
15 minutes.
Like when high school
With
gets
the-
out and
And
I
also
don't
they've been doing the
Oh,
work.
yeah.
know. Well, of course, that's part of it.
The work, yeah, you gotta go
Yeah.
around, cause
Yeah,
it's a
gotta
long
go around.
wait now.
Yeah,
They're putting those sidewalks and
Yeah.
water, sewer, water, I guess that's what I'm.
all righty, all right. Okay, so preserve ad hoc, we did meet, so I think the last time, I think I said that, yeah, we've started working on a public use plan. And, there was subcommittee's been formed, but they're still in the early stages, but to remind everybody, the whole part of the public use at the preserve is really exactly that, like, it includes horseback riding. We're gonna have to address the use of e-bikes in there. But at the state level, they're looking at it because it's just sort of proliferating everywhere. And, what else is the odd thing is hunting, the whole hunting part is part of public use in addition to obviously the hiking and mountain biking. So, but I guess there's one woman from Deep that's on the committee and you know, Ray said that it's been very not adversarial in any kind of way, like they're really trying to get it together, and because this has been a long time in company anyway. So, and then the other thing to share is that, so Leah Sloan and Judy Preston had come to a couple meetings ago in January, and Leah, who has this amazing background in forest and all that sort of thing, they're very concerned about that thought that they will eventually be cutting trees in the preserve, and as much as we as in the ad hoc committee and others have tried to fight that, the state owns part of it, so it is. But they have created a preserve protection coalition. And so she's trying to get to Lamont. I mean, you know, she's got such knowledge that she sounds, not that any of us, I wouldn't want to say it. I wouldn't think.
She sent out an
We
email.
are credible, but she's very, very credible.
She sent an email.
Yeah.
I don't know if you got it.
Yeah, I've had, you know, but so anyway, just to share that I think, and who knows, you know, I don't know what may come of it, but you know, it's certainly raising maybe different kind of attention than what we tried to do, you know, in the past. So we'll see. So anyway, that's,
Okay.
yeah, but there's like the ongoing updates in the preserve. I think they're finally getting, I think the one bridge, the Frog Bridge, is being rebuilt. A lot of trees came down during the winter, and they've been all taken down.
Gotta be clean.
And the mountain bikers actually helped. So that's that. Land trust. Yeah, I thought of trying to go to that meeting on Sunday, and it was like out of my head.
Yeah,
But
well, I haven't been to, I've missed the meeting before, but I guess I'm curious because that property, like across from Mystic Market, there's a little bit of patch of property.
Oh,
that
yeah.
They were going to receive some.
Yeah.
It's kind of fallen off the agenda, so I'm afraid I'll have to get an update on that later. The Racket Club parcel is still moving along. They're close to finalizing the purchase agreement for the Racket Club parcel, that's great. Loan, they've got a loan for a bit of it, but it's, yeah, so they're doing really well with getting properties. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a really important one, that for a few reasons, it helps to protect more than just that property, because it could have been turned into a road that would access another sensitive property, and so that it's less likely to be developed if that road. It's just a good, valuable patch of land for ecological reasons, as well as just keeping things from getting really out of hand.
I would hope, when it's sort of final or whatever, you know, that they'll have a nice blurb about it, you know. I mean, I don't know if they always do that, but it's certainly such a boon for the town to know that we have that property and speak to. Yeah, it was key to preserving for all these different reasons. Yeah. Okay, Parks and Rec.
Okay, so this is the March 11th meeting. Under their new business, Harvey's Beach vendor, it's getting that time of year, so they're bringing that up every year. They got their application. Sandbar Grill is back, so they applied, they got all their documents. And at a later point, which I'll mention now because it's connected, but they are requiring now for vendors background checks.
Oh,
yeah. So for vendors, they're going to be as part of the vendor agreement. So that came under some old business, but anyway, that's connected. Back to new business. As we just mentioned earlier, e-bike regulations. They had a big discussion about that. As you know, the state released an e-bike information guide, and also they released general rules and regulations for Old Saybrook parks, beaches, and recreational facilities. You can get guides online. And the big news was, in the past year, Connecticut redefined e-bikes into 3 new classifications now, DOT. So that's gonna allow people to restrict it. They're getting closer to be like motorcycles, has to do with speed and size of the motor and all that. So I didn't have any more detail on that other than there are these classifications now. Then under new business, I'm not gonna go through every single detail, but they went over all the events in April because, they had Easter eggs and, it's endless. Rock hunts and all that. So you'll have in the record, but there was a whole series of events. Under old business, they just noted they're working on the fields, getting Little League ready. I already mentioned the vendor. And then under their strategic plans and parks, they mentioned that if they get a federal grant, which they've been applied for, if it's awarded, you have to do an archaeological study, which was news to me. I didn't know that. When you get certain money, you have to do an archaeological in our state. So that's at Clark Community Park. They're trying to get resources. No kayak rack, no discussion. Preserve update. I think you already covered some of it. That there was an ad hoc committee meeting with the state March 13th. Was referenced earlier, but that was right
Yes,
after.
I'm trying to think when that would happen. Wait, this is April.
This was March. This was
Yeah, that was, yeah, so we,
was a
yeah, that
Friday.
was, yeah, and yeah, so Ray had updated us on.
Yeah, that was for recreational use plan.
Yeah.
All right. And again, it was brought up the archaeological studies, vernal pool studies, and trails plans. Nothing else on business regards programs. Chairman, nothing significant other. They thanked everybody. They thanked Miss Herb for showing up. And otherwise, no report for the director and no liaison reports. And they did not show up to our environmental fair, as you're aware. I brought that up again.
Oh, they didn't, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I brought it up and I just said, are you guys coming? No, we can't. Sorry, we're too busy. I said, I don't remember. Yeah. When you want something from us.
It's right off to tell Ray.
He owes you. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right, he owes me.
but that's it.
Okay. All right, so no student reps, so Cornelia's on vacation.
Well, that's right.
Sustainable CT, I'm sorry, and I missed Nina, yeah, Connecticut, she's not here either, so we don't have a Gateway Commission update. And then I have a report from Lynette, because she's obviously not here. So I think all of us would have gotten a direct email from Sarah Lyons about the town participating in the My Coast Connecticut. But
Yes.
anyway, it's a pilot project to
Yes.
collect site-specific data on coastal events such
Yeah.
as storms. So any one of us download the app. If you observe flooding or whatever, you take pictures.
They're
of
trying to
it.
collect personal information on disasters in your area.
I should probably do that when we we really have the tidal or the tide surges and even the storms when the cove gets completely water covered. I don't know how much I've ever tracked that, but it doesn't happen often. But
Ours is going the other way. You're on the North Coast or south?
south.
South, it's just becoming, it's like this deep now.
Oh, I know.
I
They're
know.
supposed to dredge it. Where did I hear that?
They used to, but I'm not sure.
I heard that was off the table.
Yeah, that is so costly now and the
Yeah.
amount of,
I thought, yeah, it was a little bit ago that I hadn't heard.
that was partially ruined in the early 20th century when they were building.
Mhm.
Everybody dumped
Oh,
from the digging, just dumped it up in the cove and that. And when they built the rail, as you know, that what's now the coastal road was a rail line, they also did that.
wow.
And ends up, it's going to be a freshwater marsh like eventually because
Yeah.
the exchange is getting less and less.
Yeah, because I've noticed how when it is a little bit low tide, the birds are just walking
On the surface, yeah. They run down
Big,
water.
right?
and you say-
Yeah, They're all
Early
laughing
birds.
at you,
Yeah.
yeah, just,
But it is amazing how I live across the street from the cove, and it's amazing how much water still is coming up into people's properties when it's a really high tide or a big storm. I mean,
Well, it's nowhere to
coming up
go.
much higher. Yeah.
That's what happens because
Oh,
it's
because
not
there's
absorbing.
nowhere-
it's
Yeah.
not absorbing
Yeah,
and filling
that's what
anymore.
happens.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So that's why
Yeah.
I'm seeing.
So that-
Yeah.
So the
Okay, that's
dynamic is for it to spread around in the road, it'll just spread, like you said, it'll eventually be fresh water
Mhm.
because it's not getting that
Yeah.
coastal.
Yeah.
No, it's changing the whole dynamic of the
Yeah,
area.
it should be dredged and the causeway should be reconstructed for more movement.
They're never gonna do
I
it.
know.
The cost is
I know.
astronomical. The problem is with the seawater rising,
Mhm.
eventually it's just not gonna exchange.
Yeah.
It's just not to, it's gonna fill in and then be blocked
Yeah.
because the sea level's rising all the time. And it's just gonna change the character. And the reason that was a rail, it was never built correctly for
Yeah.
height. Back then, it was probably plenty high.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
Oh, you're talking major work if they were.
No, I know.
And where you gonna, how you gonna dredge it? How you gonna even get equipment?
Yeah,
It's,
that's the thing. You can't get.
no,
Yeah, there's really no
That's true.
access point.
Could have to do a land access point somewhere.
Would, yeah.
yeah, but the roads are too narrow. Where are you gonna come in? Across your lawn, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you
no,
know,
you could, I mean, it would end up doing some damage, but like when we were looking at, the kayak racks at the end of Clinton,
right,
there could conceivable go in from there.
they can get in from there.
They could.
Yeah, I know from Norwood, I mean, the roads
Well,
are.
there's a right of way in Benwood at the end of my street. It's this little extension. That's a right of way.
Yeah.
But is it wide enough to get?
I don't know how wide it would need to be. I mean, it's enough for two cars to pass each other. And I think that's wide.
It's yeah, dredging equipment's really.
Pretty
huge.
big, yeah.
Oh, it's huge. It's like 30 feet. I mean, it's,
Yeah.
Darn, I'm bummed to hear that. Yeah, I don't know what made me think about that. I think I was biking down there recently and said, wow, it's like all the ducks and everything were just walking on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
All right, so let's see what else. Rivercog has a new regional community calendar. Their events can be posted, so it's another means of outreach for us. We think of it in futurerivercog.org. And then sustainable CT. Oh, that's sort of, I guess that could have come up as an announcements, but students from the high school led by Kathy Connolly assisted in planting native dozier dogwood stems along the bank of the Exchange Club Pond on Middlesex Turnpike. So this will earn some credit for the sustainable CT. I love reading about this. This would be great if they do it. So I don't know if you've heard it. So the Architectural Review Board is interested in investigating what it takes to be a dark sky community. And the town's outdoor lighting regulation will be reviewed in the coming months.
That's
They better
awesome.
change it.
No. And then Old Saybrook is participating in Sustainable CT Day at the Capitol on April 16th. I guess it's what, tomorrow? Yeah. Or no, yes. I don't know why I'm having trouble with the date this week. So Sustainable Connecticut and representatives from several municipalities will be hosting a special day at the Capitol where we'll be showcasing our successful sustainability initiatives. So that actually would be great for the legislatures to hear that. So, cool. All right, that's that. All right, moving down to land stewardship. So open space monitoring, I guess we're just going to present at some point and then kind of go from there.
All right.
And maybe let's go through, because I know we'll just probably not a lot on pollinator or tree preserve, but I want to come back to open space monitoring because this is something we've needed to talk about for a while. And we should still have plenty of time, but before I get deep into it, we'll just talk about pollinators and trees. So, pollinator garden.
So let's see. I did go over to the garden today and I am going to report on what I saw. But first, I just wanted to let everyone know, I told Chris this, that Unfortunately, for a bunch of reasons, I'm no longer able to be the point person on the pollinator garden. And I'm totally happy to be on a team or whatever, but I just can't be the chief organizer. So I'm not really sure, what we're gonna do and if we're gonna get, something new to do it or how we're gonna go forward, but I just need to let people know that. So, and I don't know if we want to talk about that at all, Chris, or should I?
Well, yeah, so what exactly, because I know it was you and
Karen.
Karen, and then
Yeah.
she left. And before that, it was sort of me and Kelly, and, we kind of put it in. And so as the point person, what were you getting pointed?
What was your
Well,
responsibility?
no,
Yeah, I
What
mean,
did you do?
I was.
what did you do?
What
Yeah.
did I, okay, I'll tell you what I did. So I was trying to make sure everything moved forward. So like last year, I mean, a lot of us were all involved.
Yeah.
It wasn't just me, I'm not saying that, but I was like organized the meeting to, there were like 4 of us, I think, to decide what we were gonna plant. I consulted with you and Bonnie all the time. We went down to the garden, what's going on, figuring out what the problems are, bringing the problems back here, talking about them.
We're just,
I organized the day of planting. And then, I was doing a lot of the things that could be divided up. I think it would be good. But, I was doing the fertilizing. Of course, all these things I was doing with Kevin's help because I physically should not do any gardening. I mean, I went over there today and I picked up things and it's not good for me. But anyway, so I got Kevin to help me with the fertilizing, so I have a list. I made copies of the guidelines that we had come up with about, how to care for it every year, soil tests, cleaning up the garden, pruning the inkberry bushes, applying the fertilizer. So it was, all that kind of stuff. And then, watering and trying to get other people to water when it was
Yeah.
drought. Unfortunately, I don't think we did enough of that. Watering when we had the new plants in, because obviously we're not supposed to have to water. That's the whole point. But then when we figured out there was the problem, why were the plants dying? We went over, I kind of organized that. So it's all that kind of stuff, just kind of staying on top of the different things. So yeah. So does that give a good enough sense?
Yeah, no, it does. It does. I think it's been all the ongoing things. And I think it was nice that you were kind of coordinating this, but I'm thinking that, I'm not going to ask anybody to take it over. I'm feeling like we have lots of information right now. I think we have to plant a few plants because things have died. But between all the info that Bonnie's given us, we can just decide and then have a plant day. Just go down when none of us can just dig some holes and put some things there. Is it, because I was going to try to get down there, because I didn't know, sometimes Park and Rec does it. Have they done any trimming or cleaned up the deadhead?
It was not, it looked like it had been a little bit cleaned up, but they're not deadheaded. And I did go ahead, even though it's not May 1st yet, I was like, I know we've had a debate about when we should trim, but the fennel plants all were like broken off and all over the place. So I just cleaned all that up today. And then some of the plants that are coming in, they've got like the old stalks from last year, but if they looked okay, I didn't touch them. There does need to be some weeding. There's something there. Let's see, I took a picture of it that I do not know what it is, but we did not plant that. And there's a bunch of it around the fennel. I don't have one of the plant ID things. I'm like,
I could go
what?
down, I do, but
Yeah.
I don't think I could do it off that picture. I'd have to, wow, I know.
So the leaf looks a
Looks like
little bit like,
rue.
oh, rue.
I mean, the leaf looks like rue, but
Okay.
the flower,
I know the flower, and it's definitely, I don't think it's a weed.
no.
Because they're like,
Yeah.
it's not tiny,
So
right?
interesting.
I
that that
know.
popped
Yeah.
up.
I'll try to come
Yeah.
down and do.
Yeah, so there's like a
And your
couple of different,
your phone won't identify it? Because that's a really nice picture.
I mean, I don't have the
No,
software. I don't need to have anything special.
No,
It's
no.
very old.
I know, it's
It's an
it's
eight.
a-
But it should.
Yeah, well, maybe not, I mean, usually it goes on it's not doing.
Yeah, I'll pop down and look.
That little eye on the bottom.
Oh,
you have
yeah.
A star next to it, or
okay.
a little plant. leaf,
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
But that, it doesn't.
It doesn't
So
do it, yeah.
If you send
Now
it
I'll
to
check
me,
it.
send it to
Right.
me.
Okay, all right, I'll
Yeah.
do that. Yeah, let's see, I think I have you right on here.
That reminds me, I need to ask Ray, if you guys remember, or Deb, some point during the summer, late summer, we were down there and ascertained that it was questionable. Were you with this, Peter? It was questionable how many of the little irrigation heads were actually popping up because they were really deep. And I asked him about it. He said, well, they're supposed to come up. And he said, but I have a woman who, she checks it in the spring and in the fall. And I said, can you get her down there? And I'm not sure she ever did. So I will try to remember to ask him, have an ad hoc. No, maybe it's next week. If they're gonna do that, just to make sure that they're all working, because there were some that were.
Right,
Yeah.
just
right,
Really
some that were
suspect,
buried
like-
and, yeah,
And he said,
Yeah.
well, no, they're always deep. Well, I get it. You don't want to trip on them and all that, but still. Because I think, yeah, there's a couple things we need to replace that didn't make it.
yeah, and there's a lot of things that aren't up yet, and
And a
I don't
lot
know
of
if that's
things, yeah, it's
because it's been
early.
cold.
It's been
Hopefully
Yeah,
it's
it's been
because,
cold.
Ground has been cold.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, I'm fine.
So
with
it's
it.
Like
early.
milkweed does, I don't know if we have any milkweed, but it doesn't come up, it comes up really late.
okay,
Yeah.
Like you think
Okay.
it's not there and
I
then.
know,
Yeah.
I've gotten pulled at home because I think, oh, it died. And then all of a
Right.
sudden you see this little green stuff.
yeah, so, yeah, there wasn't like a lot of new growth. One thing that's a problem area, is the asters. You know how last year we divided in, the left garden, which we call Holly, we divided those asters. And Peter, you
Yes,
did that.
Yeah.
That was your
yes,
job. Which did very well. And then we had talked about doing that in the right garden, but never did. And it is completely overgrown with grass and weeds. And I'm like, I don't even know how the plants are underneath there, but of course they're not probably up yet. But anyway, that little area is quite a mess. So that's
Okay.
going to need to be addressed. And yeah, so that's kind of the report. I did this, little bit of cleanup, but probably will need more. And then, weeds will eventually start coming up. And then if we want to continue with what we've been doing, which is using the 10-10-10 fertilizer, that was Bonnie's recommendation.
And
April,
you have that, right?
I have
can
that.
get
I have it in my car.
Oh, okay.
So if somebody would like to take that to do, that would be awesome. April, June, and August.
Okay.
So,
So we'll be.
yeah, and then we also last year talked about having the town apply mulch.
Yeah, I can,
like
yeah, they
light layer.
usually do. I'll ask Ray. They're actually pretty good about doing
It's
that.
invasive. In North America, it's called fumort.
Oh,
I've never seen
wow,
it. Yeah.
wow. Maybe
Hey,
some birds brought it. or just
yeah.
brought it. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so we want it out of there then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't look like anything we've ever planted, but it's
Pretty.
pretty.
I was
Birds
like,
and
I could
squirrels.
see
Yeah, it was
I
pretty,
know,
but I was like
yeah.
suspect. I'm like, oh, we didn't
Right,
print this. Where did it come from?
So maybe, you and I can talk offline, Deb, and just sort of get things together, because unless I'm making it too simple, but I'm thinking if we set a date for the end of the month and who's ever available on a day, go down there, do the cleanup, weeding, just a bunch of us, get that done. And at that point, figure out, all right, what is growing, where do we need to plant, what died and stuff. So maybe we'll even remember what died. Yeah. there was a number of things that
Well,
died.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't bring that list today. I brought the positive list today, the, fall 2025 list of plants. I brought multiple copies of this, but anyway, this is what I gave Lynette when she was asking for it for the website.
Oh, okay.
So those are, I think these,
Oh, yeah.
these were all alive. And then I mapped it.
Oh, yeah, no, thank you. This is
Yeah.
excellent.
So anyway, if anyone else wants a copy.
Hang on here, yeah, because that's what, I got some mountain mints from one of the ladies with the fair.
But yeah, I do have a list at home of
Okay.
what had died, but we were hoping that maybe it would come back up
Yeah.
and that it was the
sometimes-
drought,
Mhm.
so.
Yeah.
And then here, I'll
that's
just,
what they do.
the other thing I figured out, this was just a working draft of the maintenance or guidelines and other things we were talking about, but I just circled them. Oh, Caroline's.
Okay, yeah, because Bonnie's, she's been so great.
Yeah, and then I mean, I have a gazillion things that Bonnie's given us of deer
Oh, I know, I-
plans and what I need to put those in a notebook or something. So they're-
Yeah, hopefully we won't have, considering how much rain we've had all through the winter,
I
spring.
know, could use some rain.
Yeah.
Oh my
gosh.
Yeah, really.
Hopefully not have another drought summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, yeah. Okay, yeah, and so if we get down there to clean up and then put in plants, whatever we need, you know, because I think we have enough of a budget to buy some stuff.
Mhm.
And then hopefully the rest is just maintenance and, you know, I know I try to get down, try to be remember to get down there and getting an epidural on Thursday, so I'm hoping that my back will allow me to do more yard work because I can't do a whole lot either.
Yeah.
But if I kind of kneel and do the right thing, I can kind of it's easier than bending over and doing
Mhm,
stuff,
mhm.
so. We need some young people.
Yeah,
Right.
I was gonna say, and then try to do something and I fall over. Yeah, geez.
Well, this side of the
Good
table,
team.
we're not so good here. on the-
Yeah, hopefully it's not, you know, I think so much of the groundwork, you did a great job, you know, you just picked it up because I know Karen was doing a bunch too. And, working with Bonnie and stuff, so I think we're not in bad
We
shape.
can get a day together sometime very beginning of May.
Yeah,
Mhm.
okay, yeah, because it's already sort of the end of April coming up, but yeah, maybe I'll send out an email and get some time down there. So.
And what about the fertilizing? We want to go ahead and continue with that plan?
I can, if you give it to me, I can get down there
Okay,
probably early next week,
okay.
and I'll take my break or whatever to get it into the soil.
Okay, great.
Well, I'll also watch
Thanks.
when it's gonna rain.
Yeah, yeah.
In my yard. I say it every year and I don't. And they still do okay. Okay, all right. Don't have anything on the tree. I don't think they've been meeting, the tree committee hasn't met. So let's jump back then quick to the open space monitoring. So, one of the things I think back in February, and I know I didn't send an email to you guys to say, look at your pile of stuff and bring this out, but we should spend some time doing maybe walk the trails over at Great Cedars East and West, because the preserve has enough people doing stuff there. But it really, the part of the MOU, the memorandum of understanding between us and the Land Trust and Parks and Rec was all about Great Cedars. And there's not a ton of things to do, but Kathy Connolly had walked there back in October. And between that and some of the community park and stuff listed a bunch of stuff that needs to get done. And some of it is pretty easy, like badly traced crossover from yellow to blue on Great Cedars West. Map is inaccurate. So it's sort of like, and she has a map here where she made notes. I haven't been in Great Cedars West in a while. It's not like a preserve, it's pretty small. But anyway, just walking that and taking note and, potentially fixing things where they need to be fixed. When it comes to any major trail remarking or whatever, I think we definitely have to work with Parks and Rec on that. And,
So it's more identifying.
well, it's a hodgepodge of things. I mean, they're all marked. I mean, Larry and I marked them. We put up new blazes about 4 or 5 years ago. So they're all relatively marked.
We did them again last year.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think, so where she said, the crossover isn't that, well, I think it just may be the map. It's not accurate to the map. So that's kind of like looking at the map. Yeah, just trying to fix some things. And I think, property boundary marks, I have to find out if, no, they probably won't. I have to ask Ray about that. Because I would not want to make those, mark those wrong.
And that's a surveyor's job.
I know, I don't know who would, I mean, I know the state is gonna do the preserve, they've been supposed to have done it for like quite a while now. But they have like the GIS and or not the GIS, but the map geo or whatever, to be able to tell, you know, exactly where the boundaries
Right.
are and where the mark.
GPS.
Whatever they use, yeah, sort of a special GPS. that they have. Yeah, Mismarked Yellow Trail on Great Cedars West, but in addition to Kathy's notes, the MOU has a list of things, and Lynette and Ray and I met last year about sometime in the fall, and just kind of went through what's done, what's not done, who needs to do what. And so I'll pass this around and see you guys, hopefully you have this in your notes back home. If not, I'll get Krista to, you can send it to me electronically and you can send it out to them again. I think Lynette probably would have it. But it's really just kind of going over there and just doing due diligence. I mean, it really is. We've been remiss in being over there a while. We've gotten, I haven't pushed it in the last couple of months because we've been doing the environmental fair. I mean, here's a color coded one. You can just glance at that. Actually, well, this is what that is, but you can get it with the colors. That really helps to see what we have and what Parks and Rec is doing. And this list comes off the whole MOU, which was divided into, 1 to 3 years, 3 to 5, and 5 and over, like some of the, and so we're into sort of like the 5-year time frame when we did it in 2020.
Responsible for installing and repairing the map boxes.
Yeah, and we can work with Ray on that. I think that we just have to make it happen. Like he has somebody that builds them, or might even have some. And it's just saying, all right, we're going to be out there, Ray, send one of your guys, let's do it. It's just sort of spearheading some of the things, not like that we have to physically do everything. Map secondary establishment trails, I think that I would just hold off on because I don't know how many secondary trails are actually over there, and there's a lot in preserve. And assess impacts to sensitive area. I mean, again, that would be just walking over there sometime. I don't know if there's a ton of them over there, but this would be the time to probably look for vernal pools. And I know identify environmentally and historically unique areas. I do know that they're not on the trails, but there are great cedars in there. I have not seen them. They're like, get where somebody told me they are. They're not on a trail, but you can kind of get to them. So you're just gonna maps. I'm like,
No,
they're like some flying up in them.
no.
So maybe I'll get this out to everybody, take a look at it, and that might just be again something to, schedule, take a walk in Great Cedars, because again, it's not a big trail, and it's pretty in there. And just kind of do an assessment, and maybe some of these things are, we can knock them off the list sort of thing. So, but I do want us to work on this year, so that kind of been on my head. Right, it's definite thing that we should be doing. I went on the town website. I know I had a bunch of maps, and I think I've just give them away or lose them and throw them away in my car or whatever. So I don't have any great map. I have one of Great Cedars East, but not West. And the one on the town website just doesn't look complete. Oops.
Yeah, we used it in the winter when we couldn't really see the trails very well. And the one on the website, that's what we got, because we just had our phones.
I know. See, I know it's
we
not.
didn't feel very comfortable.
It's it's like different.
We ended up in somebody's yard. It was like I could see.
I don't know why. There is a nice. It's very similar to the one that you'll see for Great Cedars East. So I think that's probably just something that we have to figure out where the other map is and get them to put it up.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know there's a better map
Okay.
that has all the little mile marker things, whatever. So So anyway, let's start working on that. Okay. Conservation circular, so we're going to outreach and education. So the circular and events. Remind me, were we gonna put something in events? We did.
So this is for which, this is for.
The one that it would be due May 20th. But I know we talked about, I know I have a note that in the fall and third quarter, we want to talk about snow removal. But I didn't know, and we did, I think we did the whole dark skies things in the last edition.
Mhm.
So I don't know that there was, I mean, it wouldn't be an event that we're having, but it could be informational.
I think it was informational here. That's when it was.
What was it?
Yeah, I don't remember anything besides the snow from last time, but maybe before that, we talked about putting something.
What was the snow?
Oh, about that people weren't shoveling their sidewalks.
Oh,
We were just gonna remind them that it's your duty to. All right, I'll give up on that. Okay. The other thing, so, we're gonna have, this might be a fallish, because we're all gonna get busy in the summer with our own lives. This was brought up to me, quite a while ago, I think, even when Richard was the chair and I was whatever. This Natural Heritage Tour book is from 2012. But it would be cool if we maybe partnered with Land Trust or whoever to, everybody can take one, to review this. Because like the preserve isn't on here.
I've never seen this.
And, some of it is probably fine, but yeah, I think,
Wow.
yeah.
It's,
I think they have copies of this in the chamber and whatever, but it's a lovely piece of,
yeah.
so I think maybe again, homework, take a look at it and say, all right, we definitely need to add this and get a picture and so on and so forth. And I'm sure, lots of pictures.
Also, remember with the referendum passing, that's all gonna change now.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was wondering
that's
if
right.
we have ever considered, because I know we talked about the kayak racks for such a long time, frustrating to different places. Have we ever talked about Saybrook Point? I mean, the end right here. There's parking, there's space, the town owns it, it's accessible to North Cove.
Well,
Rebuild the-
Now it seems like.
yeah, now it
seems like
good.
a really
I think we
good
did.
possibility.
But I mean, it could have been at any time, because that part's already a
Oh,
park.
that part is
Yeah.
ours.
It's already a
Yeah.
park, that's
Yeah.
ours, and there's parking.
I think you wanna hit them now with the planning, because they're
Just curious
playing out
what-
all that.
Yeah, whether that's been considered,
'Cause I
yeah.
thought-
Yeah,
I mean,
'cause that'd be perfect there.
That would be perfect.
You have
Because they're
to
gonna
snuck
clean up
around
all
into North Cove. I don't know whether we were intentionally trying to stay off of the river traffic, which is understandable, but
Yeah.
I just was
Right.
thinking, walk down there and I can't believe we have it.
Yeah.
It's already.
Now, is that easily passable by just,
See, I
Yeah,
know
that's
that
how you get into North.
well,
Cove.
you could get here
Yeah.
and then just go in
Yeah,
there.
that's what I mean, but
Yeah.
it's like, I was wondering whether we didn't consider it safe enough because
No, I don't
you'd be
think-
getting in, out. Right
Yeah,
on
not
the
that
There's
far.
main
a
traffic.
whole
of
bunch of
the-
traffic.
I
Right.
can't, there
Right.
might have been a reason, Laurie, I
Yeah,
don't
anyway,
know.
it just dawned on me like,
So where
Yeah.
they,
it was
think-
not
where-
one of those
what's
obvious
the
things.
last spot for the kayak right now? Where are they thinking? I thought
don't
they had picked a spot.
Oh, had they? Okay.
I thought they did
It's been thrown around.
from our past notes with,
Well, there was the.
yeah, they were, it was already picked. I'm
Oh,
pretty
good.
sure.
Okay. Was it down at, there was the Oyster River,
Not that, it wasn't there, 'cause that's now.
Is that
private
now-
property.
right.
No, it was,
No, it was picked. I'm pretty.
In that neighborhood, right?
it
Yeah.
wasn't down Coulter though, was it?
No, no, no.
Coulter?
I think it's off of Great Hammock somewhere.
Oh, my gosh.
We talked about this a number of times, but then I kept thinking that it wasn't approved, that there were issues.
No,
But you-
I thought it
you
was
think
here, Chris. See one of these streets that comes in
Yeah.
here?
Yeah,
It
I'm
was,
pretty sure
yeah.
it was picked.
oh, down in there.
yeah, that's where it was.
Well, we can find, but yeah, to your point, I think that
Oh, it
would
just
be.
dawned on me. I mean, it's not like we couldn't have another as
Right.
part of the plans. It's
Yeah.
easy.
It's even, and a map like this, I mean, with, the point, well, what is number 2? Gardens Landing, I mean, you could just, that will be a number of years in the making anyway, so,
Mhm.
you might have to update this in a little while, but certainly we can somehow figure out how to incorporate that. So, yeah, so
Was the
something,
preserve not
yeah, it's just not,
happening in 2012? Is that when?
no, it wasn't. It was
Oh, wow, I didn't know it was so new.
2014, 15.
Oh.
Yeah,
wow,
2014, 15 that it was finalized.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's why.
Yeah,
So yeah, we have to work on getting, and I'm sure like Lynette and Ms. Costa, they can help us with this kind of thing. But again, I think if it's something that, we have some energy to spearhead, we can, we're certainly overdue.
Yeah. This is nice, it kind of unifies, it would be nice because it could unify the land trust properties with the town
Yeah.
properties with the, with the preserve, it's the whole package.
Yeah. I'm thinking how
Comprehensive.
comprehensive, yeah, you can make it without overwhelming, and then then you have all the things in the back, with a lot of this, they still stand, but then we update it. This was, I think that this, oh no, it was the Conservation Commission back in 2008. No, all right, we did own it sometime ago,
2008.
in my time. So it might be, we have one of those, land use meetings coming up, so looking at Chris, if you remember, there's one that Chris pulls like all of us together, zoning and planning. I think there's one coming up. And this might be something to say, oh, by the way, we're gonna spearhead this, but we really kind of need everybody's help to sort of chime in on some of this too. I'll look, I don't. Oh, it's a deep presentation. Yeah, it's May 11th. I think it's just a very specific, deep presentation. I can't remember what it was. Anyway. All right, so. More homework for people.
Right.
But I think this could be fun to do.
yeah.
That could be, we could work on this through the winter and. Okay, let's just, I don't really have web page. Let's just jump down to the fair. And do a brief after action review. Besides not having people.
Right.
Just quickly, you know what, Amelia was, well, no, not necessarily her. Lynette did tell me that Joe Atwater, who I think was the one guy on the book, and he hasn't picked it up. So if anybody thought they were going to the Audubon building, take it to them, but
I'd like to go over it.
I guess I'm gonna look at the office.
Okay.
I can probably.
I guess it's
I can
one
get
of
that.
my, could be one of the common sense garden books. I think
Okay.
what other book? No, we had a couple different books.
Yeah.
And that.
But yeah, I had a nice chat with him about going over there sometime and,
Okay.
yeah, because I've never been there.
I haven't either. Yeah, I wouldn't.
I really liked him. He was really lovely.
He's
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
nice.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the people were great.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
talked to a lot.
I know.
Yeah.
It was really nice. It's frustrating to get the word out. It's not just us about anything, it's a problem for any organization to break through the.
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on too. There was a lot
Yeah.
of competition.
The events going on, but also just to break through, just to for people to know about it.
I know.
It's one thing if they knew about it and had other things happening.
I
but
still don't understand why it would block putting signs up.
I
Because
know.
I see signs
I
all.
I
the
agree.
time.
I think that would have been the most effective.
I
No, I
know.
do. I think, yeah, I think.
That was really disappointing.
I just drove by the island, it has a ton of signs on there.
So it does. I know, like, I think we all react to, oh, yeah, right, the shredding thing is like next weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
That's why I find out
Yeah.
about
The
it.
only way that
Yeah.
things get through to me,
Yeah.
there's so many places that,
Mhm.
so many things you read
Yeah.
but when you drive by, there's that, all the Christmas fairs in November, they've all got signs up. And, everything, Yeah, and people see the sign. That's why they go to those things.
Right,
And those are
right.
mobbed.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe instead of asking permission, we ask for
Those
the
deals,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Well, I guess
Private
because-
sign.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I
Since we're
think-
official, we could really.
I mean, it was pointed, you know, I read
It really
Really
does,
a bummer.
you
it
know,
really does feel like the only way to really
It is.
get
You're right.
through to people, which is funny because it's the most analog thing that
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
everything else is totally clogged with information, so, we're
yeah,
back down
no, it
to-
is, because the, you know, the kiosk.
Big signs down Main Street and we probably have 100 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think all the vendors were wonderful. I think, you know, a few I talked to, like the two I invited, they said, I apologized. And they said, oh, no, don't worry. We had fun, you know, just, you know, interacting with each other and all of that. So, but still, I felt that and people
Yeah.
took time out of their day. And so I don't know, we don't need to decide today. No, there's the thought to pair up with the Earth Day with the,
And she has her Earth Day coming up
so she's.
and she wants to attend our next meeting
Oh, okay.
to debrief
Okay,
with both events.
to see if we wanted to tie, because this is the.
Wait a minute,
garden
Earth
club, right?
Day's next week.
Their thing is the 18th or
Wait,
something.
back up, yeah, who is it? It's the gar-
Garden Club's Kid Earth Day at the library.
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
And the suggestion was from, you know, this woman to do it next year on the same day, but be over at the Catherine Goodwin Elementary School and have our thing there and people could just walk. But.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know either.
You gotta take a break.
I think so.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think maybe we should think about some other things we could do, like.
Correct.
I mean, we mentioned this, like have a speaker and like just
Yeah.
really focus on one, you know, exciting speaker and then just really organize around that.
I think that's
At the
the,
library or wherever we want to hold it and,
Yeah, that's.
well, we
I don't
had,
know, it's just so,
they just,
I don't know how much demand there is for this.
they
like,
just had at
you know,
the Kate,
people-
the speaker for, you know, the 250th anniversary. They had Connecticut's role in the revolution.
Mhm.
They just had it this past week and they're having a series in 2 weeks. There's
I didn't see the signs.
Yeah, it was really, it was
I
unbelievable.
think I.
This guy, that's all he does. He's a historian for.
I think I did, where did I see that? It might have been in Harbor News when you look at the calendar.
But anyway, yeah, it was
Yeah.
really good. But something like that, you get the Kate,
Yeah.
bring people in
Right.
and, it was,
Yes, that actually is something I was thinking of to come alongside another organization.
Yes,
And-
You
yes,
know,
that would
and
be
do
the-
it together, you
Yep.
know,
Yep.
and Kate be
yeah, they had
Great.
easily 300
That's-
people.
yeah.
It was
Wow.
It was packed. I mean, like you said, he was really good. And then he took questions for almost 45 minutes, you know, different. But people were pretty involved.
When
I mean,
was
I
it?
learned a ton. I didn't realize.
when was it?
It was like the 12th on a Sunday and but I didn't realize the role Connecticut. I mean, Connecticut was the state that made it happen.
Mm.
That's where the Sons of Liberty started. I didn't even know that. And
I thought it was Massachusetts.
no, Eastern Connecticut. But
Yeah, I didn't know that.
no, I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, you can get me all started because I got a lot of time. But the important thing was, he brought it out that it would have never been successful without our state.
Mm.
Did you know, Bunker Hill, you know, the battle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was Connecticut Regiment, 3,500
Oh, yeah.
Connecticut.
I think I sort
That
of
was the
remember
largest because the, Trumbull, who was the governor, son of Joseph, was the commissaire. And they had set up years in advance how to supply troops and stuff. And it was so successful getting them all supplied with ammo and food. You know, he had a whole thing planned out that Washington turned around and made him the national guy because the Connecticut was the only one prepared that came for the battle.
Oh.
Trained, I mean, it was amazing.
Wow.
Because they started 10 years, they knew it was coming.
Yeah.
And our government was totally supportive. A decade before they even had the declaration, they were already chasing the Tories out of the state. They were already.
I wish I had, my husband would have loved that.
Oh, it was
I forgot about it.
But there's
I didn't
another
see
one
it, but-
coming, 26. There's a
Good
whole.
example. I know I would be interested, I wasn't.
This
I
one's
wasn't
about-
around this weekend, but I didn't hear anything about it.
This one's about old
It's like
Saybrook's role.
Just such
Yeah, I
a,
think
hard thing
a
to
little
get.
brochure thing somewhere. I don't know where I got that. Was it maybe at our fair? I don't
Well,
know.
if you're
There
part
was
of the
something with,
Historical Society sends me emails and
yeah,
you gotta
can't
just
There
join
was
those
something
stuff.
that happened at the environmental fair.
it was
I
at
don't
the
know if
fair.
Lynette
Yeah,
thought
maybe it
There
was.
other
Yeah.
events
'Cause,
happening
yeah, there were a
around
bunch
that.
of things. I was like, I didn't even know this was
Ah.
going on at all. So,
That's right.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
that just it kind of shows us what we're up against.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It does.
You don't even know the event exists.
Yeah. But I think the idea, Lori, of partnering is
Yeah.
really good. I think
Yeah.
that is
With
key.
somebody and then.
Yeah.
Get a key
Yeah.
And
figure.
get somebody,
Get
you know, because
somebody.
again, if it's, you know, if it is some paying a speaker's fee or whatever, we
Sure,
try it with somebody.
absolutely.
You know, get a Doug Ptolemy kind of person or who, you know, it's any number
Yeah.
of people.
In fact, those are very successful, if you give basically a speaking award or something, every year you pick somebody and
Mhm.
give them an award, make a big deal out of it. They're
Oh, yeah.
the
yeah.
recipient, you know,
Right, right.
of, something, the
Yeah.
Christine Pilko Award for,
Well, I will report that Kevin had a great time talking with the students.
Oh, they were so
They were so
enthusiastic.
awesome.
I thought that was
It was
great.
really great. And they went back to their teacher and they asked her if she would bring Kevin, and she's been in touch. They haven't arranged anything.
Oh,
So,
great.
yeah, to the
Wonderful.
school.
They were so.
Yeah,
I
they were
thought
so
they were
great. I love those
fabulous.
kids. They were
It
great.
gave me hope about our.
I know. it's
Yeah.
generation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I know, but you know, that's.
Yeah.
It's good enough for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
They were.
yeah. They're really
well, that shows what a
So-
So
well-funded.
just so you know, the garden club lady will come next
Okay.
meeting just to.
All right,
give-
yeah,
give
just
her-
if you, yeah, if you
as
invite.
Part of the
yeah, so,
debrief,
yeah.
yeah.
We'll have her talk
Yeah.
to the beginning, so, okay. All right, well, I'm watching the time. It's
Yeah,
time
I
to
gotta
actually
get
go
going
off to
too.
do something else, so, well, yeah, I think overall, I mean, the vendors were great, just to get people. But I like your idea. I think that'll be something to think about, speakers, so. And then, yeah,
And then,
I'll get the book from.
Yes, right. I'd be glad to get that to Joe, and I guess we should all do our own thank yous to whoever we invited for being there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did that already, yeah.
Okay.
If you haven't
Okay.
done it, do it,
Yeah.
yeah. Send an email.
Okay.
To All Habitat.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, just want to make sure everyone was covered, but I guess
Yeah.
whoever you
Yeah.
invited, you take care of, and,
Yeah.
okay, great.
Okay,
All
well,
right.
there's nothing else. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved. Second.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.